it was, great for her. And then everybody got it. So as we're loading in here, we are going to be seeing our game 1 Crescendo on the P1 side, going up against a Happy Chaos player of SquideLuke. And look at that. Round start, already having to block Happy Chaos.
Yeah, like you said, the unique thing that Giovanna had, everyone's kind of got. Some might say Happy Chaos does it better because he also has that opportunity to roll past you and get that cross up.
And the roll is just so grimy. That's one of those things that I look at it and I cannot think of stronger tools. But look at the normals this character has too. Happy Chaos is so good.
He has very strong utility. I'll definitely agree with you there. Let's see. Let's see if he can show the other end, which is the zoning. But Giovanna gonna try and stop that win condition. But there we go, the roll again. Side swapping the combo. Wall slump. Oh,
great
looking
block.
Pretty bleak for a hero.
Did block the tap does gunshot though. That's that other thing that really gets players in a lot of situations. Able to challenge out here with the 2K. It's not enough though.
No. With such a life lead, why would you not just press buttons to check the dash?
Yeah. I mean, it's Happy Chaos. You can cover a lot of these buttons anyway. Does get the roll through, gets the link. Didn't close out just yet, but with the Brain Blast, Chipp is a real factor here.
Yep. We're entering time crisis modes. Shoot off screen, get those bullets back, cursed up. 2S. And an insane poke with 2S. I really like that button. I used to think that Geo's 2D, which are called the Mago 2D gods, because it's the best 2D in the game.
It is.
But then I saw Happy Chaos, and he's basically got a built-in mechanic where he doesn't whiff. If a move doesn't connect, it was just a meaty for the gunshot to hit me. So like,
that's true.
He can do no wrong.
It's a definitely unique thing, and I get people going because I'm like, yeah, puppet characters in this game are so strong. We got Zato with Eddie, we have May with the dolphin sometimes, we got Testament, and of course, we got Happy Chaos with his pet gun coming through and just ruining everybody's day all the time.
Unironically, I've always said he might be the strongest puppet character known to man because his puppet is invisible and unreactable.
Oh, that was a nice little run-in. Yeah.
Oh, closest. Trying to press buttons.
But yeah, the what is it? I can't think now. There's no travel time on these shots. That's, it's hit scan. He's gonna shoot you. All right, do we get enough in the tank? Burst bait. No burst.
Yeah, 2D from Happy Chaos, taking him out of the corner. The tides have turned. Good challenge.
Oh. Trying to run up.
Jump.
Yeah, tried to get the grab, but stayed strong. 5K into the dog slash. Going to work out there. Takes a round here. Crescendo. Making some nice adaptions, but honestly, the biggest adaption was not blocking because it meant they were able to play offense.
I mean, sometimes when you're in the face of mix, blocking isn't really the best option. You might as well challenge. It's a little bit dangerous in this game because of how much you get from a counter hit, but I think sometimes you've got to check your opponent to make sure they're doing real strings.
Yeah. 6P came out there in the corner, gave them a little bit of control, able to just dash through the curse. That is a big opportunity here for Crescendo. Right into the overdrive. Plus frames on the other side of this wall coming in.
Got to be careful with the tension on the Happy Chaos' sides. BRC with punish to 6P. Nice.
And just builds up the tension required for the Deus Ex Machina. Gonna go through the wall, but Gia's pretty tanky. She's gonna be able to survive this.
And she's gonna go in a Hulk mode, right? 100 tension, a little bit more. Flickification. Oh, struggling to get in. And there we go. The Autobots roll out on your opponent. That left-right has got to be one of the hardest things to block.
Definitely. And it's faster. And I remember some Happy Chaos players saying they preferred it when it was slower. And it'd be an interesting adjustment to be seen again. But here we go. We've gone through the wall. We got positive bonus here for SquideLuke. Does have some bullets too. All right, nice get in there.
And challenge straight after the close S. No fear whatsoever. Gets the burst. Not gold. BRC in. I love the attempt on the pinwheel, but just whiffed.
The dash block FD actually working out here for Crescendo. Is able to get through. Dog slash. 5D gets the hit. We got the tension in the back, but I don't think it's enough. I think the scaling is going to be too high.
Yeah, you're right. He's on the final pixel. The focus sash is activated. Big jump in and catches the backdash. Close S seals the deal. Nice, you got a game.
Yeah, huge victory there for Crescendo. Able to tie it up 1 apiece here. It means that they're not done just yet. We're going to go into this game 3 here between these two. Winner gets to sit down for a little bit. Rest the hands. Sit back. Grab some beverages. While it's up to their teammate to then win their 2 out of 3. So here we go. Final game between the first 2 players of the night. And Crescendo made some great adaptations there, recognizing the cadence on those curse throws, able to run through them to get the 5S. And
really
it worked.
Smart.
It worked again.
Yeah, especially when you're not cursed. I think dashing is like one of the best options. Oh, and we're adapting to the roles. Nice. Challenges.
Oh!
Gets rid of the scapegoat. Really smart.
Yeah, being able to get around the clone is so tough sometimes if you're not one of those players privileged with a fast button. Just gets the raw hit, gets the dust, and you're definitely low enough to the ground for this to connect.
Completely smothered them this time. What good's the gun if you don't get enough time to take out the whole stuff? Nice whiff punish on the 2S. Gets the throw.
Able to set up this corner pressure too. A couple close slashes. And this is such a good sequence here for Crescendo, who looked so much on the back foot in game 1 to now being here set point, getting the burst at the last second out as well. Only needs 1 more touch.
Yep, only 1, but I'm sure we're going to see the other end of Happy Chaos when it comes to the zoning capabilities of him. He's going to break the wall. 100 tension on Crescendo's side, though. I'm sure they can make something happen as long as they can get our blocks done.
Which is not an easy thing to do against Happy Chaos. YRC's great and just goes overhead, able to close it out. Crescendo with the first victory here tonight.
And it was looking extremely bleak from the first game as well. Going up against Happy Chaos, I think half the battle is not getting triggered, not getting tilted. And going after a loss to win 2 shows great like mental fortitude to carry on and go, this is my game plan. This is how I'm going to apply it. And going with Geo, man, just use their strengths. Just rush them down before you get cursed, so it's harder to get shot.
Yeah.
And do what you got to do.
And especially against Happy Chaos, right? Like, there's this air around the community where it's like, if you lose to Happy Chaos or you're behind against the Happy Chaos, then it's kind of like, man, that's the breaks, right? Happy Chaos is just a great character. If you're behind, you're behind. It is what it is. But, you know, we saw Geo, we saw Crescendo able to come out, say, it's just Happy Chaos, who cares? And then continue to run the set and stay ahead. And so I said Rem was a no-Goryuki player. I have been made a liar because Rem has picked up that Baiken, who, I don't know, might actually be better than Nago right now.
I mean, they've got similar archetypes, samurais, I guess, sword wielders. One's got a mask, one's got an eye patch, kind of close. But yeah, I think in terms of this match, I kind of like the Baiken as well. I mean, she's got a gun and a counter.
That was sick.
Let's not forget about that.
And not even just like, you know, the things that she has. You got to think about what Nagoriyuki doesn't have, right? Only has a single jump, doesn't have an air dash. Like, the mobility is so crucial to fighting Happy Chaos, and Baiken is pretty good in that regard.
Yeah, got some really strong pokes as well. Kabare can be used to kind of keep Happy Chaos in check. You don't want to get counter hit by Kabare. That is a death sentence if I've ever seen one. Got stuff like Carpet as well, and Tether. That's probably Happy Chaos' nightmare. But here we go. I've got a gun too. In goes the Samurai. 6P's the Tether. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, that's a new one for me too. And it was the S tether as well. So it was going for, or the S Kabari, excuse me, going for the tether. And now that these life boards are pretty even, things are kind of scary. Great tech coming in, and the falling gunshot. Not enough to close out the round though.
Jumps away. Oh, the Yozanshu doesn't come out in time. Happy Chaos with a haymaker. Takes out Baiken. 1 round apiece.
Round start, already cursed. Rolled from so far away, but able to get through.
Gets a knockdown. Close S whiffs. Baiken's trying to find a safe way in. 2 bullets in the chamber. There's none now, but here we go. Gets a knockdown. Loads. Backdash is going to get punished.
Oh, and just gets beat up here. Continuing to try and block on Wake Up. Reversal. Gets in there. Johansson coming through. Things are looking good here. Comeback potential. Kabari.
Oh, the closest frame traps. Laying carpet. RC. Yozanshu again. Uh-oh. It's time for Baiken to block. Can't block a throw, though.
Great idea there from Elucid. It makes sense, right? Because you're forcing them to run back. A lot of Baikens love these air miles that they're building up here. They are always in the sky, whether it's jumping forward, going for the heavy button, going for a Johansson, or even just laying down the tatami. Like, there's a lot of reasons for them to be airborne, and we're seeing Elucid take advantage of that.
Yeah, you can see like most Baikens feel a bit more comfortable with their air attacks. Like you said, the ones you mentioned, Yozanshu, Matt. I think JS is like a very underrated poke or normal from the air. You can get a lot from it. But I think there's a lot of tools on the ground. Kabare, the counter, that's really good. Maybe not so much against Happy Chaos because he's got a gun though. That's the issue.
Yeah. Backdashes, able to get the throw, punish. Immediate burst, though, I like that burst. It's early enough that you'll be able to build up another one relatively quickly, and it gets you out of that tether scenario, which isn't great for Happy Chaos.
It's definitely not. Neither is getting smashed through that glass. 50 tension, though, on Squid's sides. Burns it immediately. Oh, the dust from downtown gets a knockdown. Rolled up on, and probably one more combo, and that should be it.
Okay, I like that. The BRC actually caught onto Elucid there, so was able to just get sniped out by the far range button. Didn't think the BRC was gonna hit. I thought the backdash was gonna keep him safe enough, but hey, the game said nah.
Yeah, just caught him out of start up. Oh, backed himself into the corner, but one bullet, and that can turn the tides. Oh, a very low JD, but not low enough to connect with Happy Chaos, and now he's gonna Chris Brown a wall to wall.
Brain Blast, able to charge up that concentration bar. Couple bullets loaded into the Clipazine, but oh, they weren't high enough. I like the idea, though.
Yes, the angle was just a little bit off, like you mentioned. Now you got to fight this all over again. It's like a platform game, and you've got no more lives, no mushrooms or anything like that. Just got to make your way in as slow as steady and try not to get perfected.
Yeah, and this is set point now here for Elucid, which could send us into our first third set of the night. Gold Burst is a huge opportunity here for Rem. They have to get great usage out of it, though. Otherwise, what did they do for it? 2 PRCs. Not a whole lot to show for it either.
Yeah, Squid getting out of the corner, back to mid-screen, pushing the advantage, putting Rem there now. Deus X gonna get that glass broken, get that positive bonus, but Rem does have 50 tension. How they're going to use it?
Yeah, I mean, the 50 tension's great, but you're heading into a full concentration, fully loaded Happy Chaos, which can be very difficult to understand, but Escobar is going to connect with the couple RCs traded. Burst bait, but no punish.
Was a little bit too far, blocking that in the air like that. Just not ideal to get the punish running. PRC, and they were airborne as well. The trickery's good blocking the cross-up, though.
Oh, but you got caught backdashing by the gunshot, but he thought about it. And there it is. Burst punish off of the 5 dust. And that is going to be Elucid taking it 2-0 in the second game of our first series. Which means we're going to have a game 3 on our hands.
Games upon games. And now it is finally time, even though it's the first game, to see who is going to pull their weight.
Yeah, the first sequence, the first 2 set of losers to come together. We are going to have Rem versus SquideLuke. And so it is, we saw Squidge playing that Happy Chaos first, whereas Rem was on that Baiken. So I imagine it's going to be the same matchup. And it does look like character portrait-wise, it is going to be the same matchup as we're loading in here. So we'll have Rem still on the player 1 side and SquideLuke still on the player 2. I like that the cabinets here let us do that, right? Where it's team A is on player 1 side, team B is on player 2 side. But I actually think, as I said that, I think, I think that changed, but no, it was, they were trying to, winner stays by the room rules at the moment. So it was still Elucid on the cabinet. So just
okay.
Moving some players around is all.
No problem. We'll get them on the book so we can watch the games. I think it's really difficult. I think Baiken's got so many tools. It is kind of hard to say what she should do in any given situation, right? Like we was talking about the air stuff, the ground stuff. They're all really good in very specific situations.
Yeah. And it's tough when Happy Chaos just runs up on you, hits you with 2K, 2D, and you're like, why does he get that too? He can shoot me from full screen and run up on me? He's a monster.
He is a beast. He's a degen. All right. Point blank gun. No curse needed. Oh, but there we go. Counter hit close there. That is the money shot for Baiken.
Gets 2D'd again. Back to the wall, no tension, so we're not going to have to worry about the Deus Ex just yet, and the huge lollipop that is Johansen going to be able to connect from behind.
Oh, get some samurai action. It's not going to kill. Oh, it's going to be very close. Don't get caught by a straight Kabare.
Oh, that spacing was unfortunate for Rem. Able to close it out with a couple 2Ks, though.
Yeah, pretty sure Squid tried to either hold north or backdash. 2Ks though, keeping them in check. Big start for the Happy Chaos here though. Gonna break the wall. Oh my gosh, so much damage.
Curse applied. Continuing to run forward. There's that jump H though. Tatami for the pressure, but SquideLuke not really that concerned about the tatami mats, it seems.
Cannot see any care in the world from Squid. Gonna break the wall once again. Push his advantage. No tension, but a massive life lead here. And more importantly, he's got that space.
Oh, but Rare Problem has run out of concentration completely. So you can see that bar slowly charging back up on the bottom right. But tried to get fancy with that H Kabari follow-up, and I was punished for it.
Yeah, there's a lot of situations where it's kind of like you can't react, but if you guess right, you get big damage on Baiken, and vice versa. Dust him from pretty much max range there. Trying to run past the curse, gets nabbed by it.
And there it is. 6S may whiff, but hey, you still got to pay attention to that gunshot. Rem going to work out with the parry. Pushing forward on the mid-screen.
Oh, tried to hit him with a two-piece scratch.
Again!
Nice counter on the dust.
Johansen. Oh, burst bait attempt. I kind of don't like that one. I so much prefer when players push damage, because this is what can happen to you if you don't finish your plate.
Cursed up, back to the corner, 2S connects. Wow, and like you said, it's weird, especially as commentators, because to say the burst didn't work out, it's all hindsight. Bursts in Guild Gear Strive are always hindsight if they're good or bad. Baiting it, like you said, sometimes it's like, make them use the resource. Don't lose to the option of the resource. Make them use the resource.
Yeah.
But it's a lot harder to say when you're not in the situation.
Yeah, like as a commentator, I just have to watch. I don't have to worry about it. But it is a resource, and it's kind of like DPs, right? Like you have to condition the opponent to either expect or not expect a reversal in general, really. And burst being such a good reversal, force your opponent to show that they're willing to spend it.
Yeah. Yeah. Most of the polarizing or really strong tools, they have that effect where the fear of them doing it is good enough so you never need to do it. And that was the case there. They didn't need to burst because the fear of the burst made them stop the combo. And that's the same with, like you said, DPs. Could be the same for like command grabs. It is hard. And in the spirit, in the moment, all you think about is the Twitter clip. If I bait this burst and make this win on a Happy Chaos, I want to get 1,000 followers on Twitter. But the Happy Chaos is like, I've got nothing to worry about. I'm Happy Chaos. You're more scared of me.
Exactly.
Than I'm of you. Like Happy Chaos is a grizzly bear. Like that's all it is.
And so we are going to be heading into game 2 here. SquideLuke won that first game, and we're actually going to get a character swap in here for Rem, bringing back the initial character I thought we were going to get, the Nagoriyuki. Obviously, this character was nerfed in that the more blood you have, the lower defense you have, along with some other miscellaneous changes. But I think that's really the most impactful one we've seen so far.
100%. I feel like everyone's consensus is, you know what? That was a good change. So, make the community happy. That's all good. It doesn't take away from how much real estate of the screen he does control and how much damage he does, but that's no good if you're not quick enough to take the sword out of the holster.
Yeah, I was gonna say all that screen space stuff, spacing, damage, all that stuff's great. Doesn't matter if you explode when you get touched sometimes. And just like this, we're down to a potential one touch as the run up 5 dust from Squidge gonna work out.
One round down. Oh, and we can see that they've turned the dial up to aggro, completely rushing them down. Misses the bite, might not win the fight now that they've missed that. Dust does connect, gets the throw afterwards.
All right, backdash, back throw. Tried to chase down the air and is successful. Look at this damage. Gonna go for the overdrive as well. Plus frames on the other side of this wall, as well as some Oki.
Doctor, that was all from a JK, and it's not funny because this Happy Chaos might lose right now.
All right. I like that. Grabs, goes for the noble grab. PRC immediate just to go for the full combo afterwards. And Rem clearly showing some practice in this matchup.
100%. Oh, back throw. Okay. Oh, what a hard bait. They ran completely into their face and did a really delayed backdash. But Rem didn't bite.
That's tough. Tried to Fukio forward and immediately got shot. Grabs the roll through. What is this, a Leo matchup?
We're learning. Closest. Pin him down to the ground. Watch that, bloods. Don't want to get your calories high quite yet. You don't want to go mask off.
That was sick. Using the JD to adjust the landing timing and just Fukio forward 5K. Rem with a bit of a turnaround here. Some great stuff.
You gotta love it. I'm sure the streamers, all the viewers are loving it. TOs in the back are in shambles as we got the first game going to the last round.
And I just noticed that the little
hype.
message that Rem has for after game, it says get morbed.
Helpful. Meta advice right there.
As a Nagoriyuki player, it's fitting. It makes sense. So we are at 1-1 now here in this third game of our first stream match. Rem versus SquideLuke, 1 apiece. Heading back in, it is still Nagoriyuki versus Happy Chaos. So still going to have to see this work out here. You'd have to beat at least one Nagoriyuki to move forward tonight.
Good point. Good point. Oh, tried to push him in, but no. There's a Fukio, and he just waits this time. Really smart. Got thrown last time, I believe. Oh, the backdash is risky. The blind is high. Goes for the burst. They really want to get this set done and dusted.
Yeah, they need to push the tempo so fast because they know what can happen on the back foot, especially when they've got that blood bar so high. I think he's pushing a button. Yeah, big wake-up punish there.
Not close enough to get the wall break, but the damage is there, and that's all Nago cares about. Oh, late burst. I think it's going to be a good one because he's got all this space now. The concentration's high. The bullets are low, though.
That's interesting because we saw the 5 dust whiff, and it was a delayed gunshot that ended up punishing Rem. But Rem now trapped in the corner. Forward throw, next touch should be enough. Gets a back throw. Just got hit by Raw Clone. The Raw Clone just hit.
I think Squid tried to backdash?
That's a good point. That's a good idea. Success through the wall.
50% off rip, but the blood is low. Well, it was low. It's rising now, and you're back to the wall. This is not looking good for Rem. Well, we are getting a last game, last round.
Final game, final round between a Nagoriyuki and a Happy Chaos player. It sounds like a Guilty Gear tournament. Huge counter hit to round start here, and look at the damage. That is madness. Already down to 50%.
Omelette do damage indeed, but look at the blood. It's super high.
Oh, we're gonna go pop.
Mask off time?
But it pops during the burst? Oh, but you still lose.
Oh my god, it's anyone's game. Mask is back on. Slides on back. The blood's going back up again.
But the challenge, able to go with the far/target combo and just gets the read of the walk forward of SquideLuke.
I've never seen someone have such a disregard to their calories going up. After putting the mask back on, they just went, I might even be able to chip you. I'm just gonna go ham. And I kind of respect it because it's so unorthodox to not care about your blood rage, especially in final game, final rounds. I would have got hit as well. I would have got hit 100%.
Yeah, because I honestly thought they were gonna pop again, and I don't think I've ever seen a double blood pop in the same round. I'm sure it could happen. I just don't think I've ever seen it.
No, because I mean, most Yukis are in a situation where they're like, I can't afford to take my mask off again. Luckily, the first time they went mask off, they had a burst to kind of mitigate the damage.
Like, I keep forgetting that this scene does not have Guilty Gear music on it.
Down. There we go. Yo, there we go. Oof. There's some big names up there.
So as you can see now, chat, Yurikov and DarkRai going up against Nitro and LordKnight. So we are going to have right now Yurikov on the P1 side, Millia going up against Nitro, the Jacko on P2 side.
One of these players is going to be an NPC. I don't know which one yet, but one of them is not going to be able to play the game.
That's actually super true, right? Because you either have the minions come out and Millia doesn't get to play, or the minions never make it out and Jacko doesn't get to play.
Exactly. I love it. Too polarizing.
The burst already gone for Nitro, too.
Yeah, not looking good. Hasn't really set up too much in terms of minions. They're out there. They're swinging. Oh, here we go. This is it. Instant burst. I think they know how that movie ended and said, nah, I don't want any part of it.
Yeah, I think Millias are going to have to be more prone to these early bursts because you need as many bursts in a set as possible, right? Like, if you burst early, you can get a second one. If you burst early again, you can sometimes get a third one. But we're also already seeing danger procs coming in for Yurikov.
I mean, for two, maybe more Millia than Jacko, they're pretty aggressive characters. Both players understood the win condition. It's like, if I block one thing,
I lost.
I'm just not going to be able to press the button again. And they both understand that. We're going to see it now. And here we go. Yep, Nitro on the back foot. But this is what you try to avoid with all that spacing and like throwing out the minions at full screen. Not happening this round.
Yeah, and you got to think defensively what these characters have to work with. Oh, that was grimy. Didn't confirm, but like no true reversal or no meterless reversal, excuse me. And even the metered ones, they're kind of wonky sometimes. And that's actually enough to kill through the wall. Perfect. That was a long perfect. How many seconds was that? It was a few.
Not long enough. It was about, I think it was about 25. I think it was about 25. 25 seconds of actually not getting a chance to press the button. Feels bad for Nitro. But there's one round. Oh, nice shield.
That was cheeky. Using the air movement to be able to get the minion on the opposite side and actually get the hit after the guard block. Millia gets a turn, though.
Yeah, really clean. Confirm off the Capel throw. Kind of fake Oki there. Can get another throw before the hairpin. Oh, sorry, the hair disc hit next. Oh.
Huh?
What?
I saw an FD bubble.
Did they get the FD, but you get a button out thing? I don't know if they tried to pick up the minion first. But yeah, I think I saw the FD bubble before the super connected.
Oh, 100%. I just saw it back on the stream too. So yeah, it must have been not using the macro and instead using the actual combo, which does sometimes kind of sort of get you hit. So that is Yurikov taking game 1 over Nitro. And these are fast games. These are fast matches.
Well, if you couldn't keep up with that one, I don't know we're going to keep up with the next one because we're probably going to get another Millia, right?
With LordKnight and DarkRai? I think so, yeah.
Yeah. DarkRai plays Goldlewis, right?
Yes, if my memory serves. I could look it up, but I'm just so ready for this next matchup here because you know that Nitro isn't going to let that loss go lightly. In no way.
Let's see how he adapts. Nice.
Already,
that was super ambiguous.
5 seconds in, having to burst. But it's, like you said, it's ambiguous. If you don't know where it's side, might as well spend it. It's just a resource.
Yeah. A refundable one. It does come back. Don't worry about it. Ooh. Here we go.
Hello?
Nice throw.
Nitro so ready. Gets the air jab as well, followed up by a minion. BRC just to block a 5D. Tough.
Oh, flowers to the face. Even though they put themselves back in the corner, Yurikov gets the hit. That should be enough if they get a wall break there.
Yeah.
Yep.
True damage coming through at the last second. And now we got set point here for Yurikov, actually. Going to be able to potentially close this out. Claim the first victory for their team. And it's looking good.
Yep, layers. Backdash. You can see that Nitro just wants a little bit of space to set up shop. Yurikov just making it really awkward for them.
Danger zone.
Compelled to land on the head.
Yurikov's usually really good about that too, placing these Capels so cleanly. Trying to use the command dash as well to just make it so ambiguous. This danger penalty is so problematic for Nitro, though. It means they're not going to get these YRCs, these red RCs, these overdrives, any of that.
Basically getting looked out of half the game at that point if you don't have tension.
Exactly. And eventually that danger penalty turns into a negative penalty, which just deletes whatever you have at the moment. So you have to be super duper careful.
Yeah. Oh, good jump from the throw. Tried to bait the burst. Yurikov not giving it to them. They're a round up. They've got nothing to panic about quite yet.
Especially not now.
Yep, they're being chilling. Not much to worry about.
Yeah, the OTG close slash right at the end there. Double hit, more than enough damage to close it out. And so that's going to give Yurikov's team the advantage, obviously. They got the game one. Now DarkRai, if we're correct and is still playing Goldlewis, is actually in a crazy good position, right? Because I don't know if you guys have this name over in the EU for Goldlewis, but some people around here call him Fat Millia. So
I've heard of it. I've heard of the Fat Millia memes. Yep.
And so it is an interesting matchup if you really break it down to Millia versus Goldlewis, because every single touch, it's like 40% on Millia's health bar. Like, it literally just deletes the character. And if you get knocked down, you still have to guess the mix-up.
Yeah, it is very similar to what Millia does. The whole like left right after a knockdown. I do feel in terms of Millia versus Goldlewis, Millia's have to be on the edge of their seat the whole time, because we were talking about how, you know, Millia and Chipp are both really fast characters, but Millia's angles are way more predictable because you can only move in like blocks, right? She's like a Minecraft character. It's just forward up. There's no like angled stuff like Chipp does. So if you get caught with by one BT that's counter hit and you've not got burst, you're thinking about round starting the next game.
Yep. So I see in chat that LordKnight actually picked the wrong character. So they are not looking to play Millia. And so they will be resetting. So no worries. We'll get that sorted out in just a second. So thankfully we don't have to wait too long because of the itty bitty health bar of Millia. So a couple behemoth typhoons and we'll be right back to the lobby.
Yep. Hopefully I didn't influence LordKnight's decision there. I'm sure I didn't. Yeah, scrap everything I said about the Millia versus Goldlewis because we're not getting that. Understandable. I know Goldlewis isn't really known for the mobility, but the screen control, like I said, Guilty Gear Strive for an anime game is very claustrophobic. It's like playing on the Game Boy Advance screen. Like, they are forcing you to play footsies with how close together everyone feels and how not wide the stages are compared to other anime games.
Yeah, and it, you know, they have to keep the stages short because they love that wall break mechanic, so it makes sense. So I am super curious what character we do get from LordKnight then. And I see PorkLazer in the chat saying both Baiken and Millia are weak in this matchup. Oh, which is actually the LordKnight pick. So all right, shout out to PorkLazer for knowing before I did. But yeah, no, this is still kind of tough because Goldlewis can do so well controlling the area directly in front of him, whether it's on the ground or in the air. And Baiken just sometimes just can't close that gap. Because if you think about the anti-air options, 6P, JD, like as Goldlewis, those are really good.
Yeah, I think the only benefit neutral-wise is that Baiken could do Kabares, right, without kind of putting herself in harm's way, where Millia, everything would have to be like close quarter combat. Oh, jump D as well. That's pretty good. Oh, never mind. You're in the corner. That is not good.
Nope, things are definitely falling apart here. Look at the potential for Chipp. YRC to get out. I like it. H. Kabari, follow up over or under the jump in. And the drone obviously has been nerfed this patch, right? You can now delete it if you can get a hit onto Goldlewis. The problem is getting that hit.
It's very scary when this character can just let one rip, bring out the coffin and put you in it. There we go. Puts out the drone. The Thunderbirds are go.
Oh!
That was sick.
The drone just disappearing, actually. Oh, this is scary, though. Tether. Yozansen cross up, and goodbye.
Last minute. I actually didn't think he was going to get the Yozanshu out in time, but more fool me for doubting LordKnight, eh?
Yeah, I mean, come on now. After all this time, we're still worried about it. All right, maybe it's time to be worried. Look at the parry. Hello? That's crazy.
That JK hit from crazy far. What is going on?
Oh, tried to get grimy with it too, going for the ankle pick, but it's still throwable right after, as we saw there. And Behemoth Typhoon OTG, it's as the kids say, cringe.
It's
no shot.
Oh, you know what the worst thing is? I'm pretty sure that was the end of the combo, but I think the fear got to LordKnight. I was like, no, I have to burst this before I die.
He lost like 40% of his HP. I'd be afraid too. Gets the knockdown with the minigun, and even as slow as Goldlewis is already in there. Gets the ankle pick, Behemoth Typhoon, and still gonna take game one.
It's rough. Where do you go? Where on the screen is safe from Goldlewis? There is not many places. Yeah, Millia can get a little bit higher, but she can make way fewer mistakes than Baiken in this matchup. So it's difficult. But I did like when LordKnight got in, they definitely got the party started. But DarkRai's defense was pretty solid. I mean, outside of Yozanshu low, there's not like really good mix. That is really good mix, but other than that, there's not much more Baiken can do besides like frame trap. And it's scary because if 2P into BT, then you're getting fat Millia at that moment, right?
Yeah, and as soon as you try to like use one of your crazy defensive options, like say you throw out a parry, if you're wrong, you're just dead.
Yeah. No questions asked.
Game 2 here between LordKnight and DarkRai. Already in the P1 corner, trapped against their will. LordKnight gonna have to try and fight their way out, but again, the trade for DarkRai.
Oh my gosh, the coffin. LordKnight believes maybe an emo burst. We'll find out in the next episode. He does get the big jump in. Kabari doesn't combo, gets the back throw. This is good with the tether too.
How'd he get to the other side? How'd he do that? I have no idea. Tether's ended. The life bars are equalized though. Great YRC.
Yeah, don't guess. Oh no! I believe if he did any other BT, he would have done it quick enough, so he would have activated the parry.
Just taking full advantage of having that drone out and not needing the fast version. And that's kind of what I was talking about, the parry, right? If you just throw it out at the wrong time, you literally die. Able to get the S Kabari combo coming through though. Loses corner though.
Not sure if they wanted that. They tried to adapt. Nice backdash from DarkRai. Oh, it begins.
That works.
Oh,
sticking out a leg.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
LordKnight able to pick up a round here. It is still set point for DarkRai, however.
Yeah, a little bit of a mountain to climb.
That hit so far away.
Unfortunate though, it wasn't counter hit, so I couldn't get the 2H to combo afterwards. Oh my.
Oh, drop the combo. All right. That would have been just about dead by the end of it, but luckily here for LordKnight, but the PRC is so smart. Hate to see it. Hate to see it.
It's rough because especially when you get guard crushed, you want to do something and you can't YRC. So burst is like the obvious thing you want to do, right?
Yeah.
But most Goldlewises will RC on the guard crush, so they get another BT. So it was kind of just, happenstance that let's go. Yeah, they want to get the matches done. They want to get their You want to climb to the top, right? Like you said, it's double elimination as well. So it's hard to get to number one. But we have Marvelo and MFCR are back up. Macmens and PorkLazer.
Yep. So we're gonna have Macmens up first here. They're gonna be playing this Anji on the P1 side. PorkLazer playing the Baiken will come up next. But yeah, we got Macmens versus MFCR. MFCR was the just bananas Leo player from earlier that crushed the competition, and now has to go up against an Anji, believe it or not.
I don't want to believe it because one of my probably my hottest takes in Guilty Gear is I think Anji at one point was a better Leo, but I've reconsidered my options. I think the damage on Anji's side is higher, and
yeah,
Spin is very ignorant in terms of keeping neutral, and I think that's what Leo wants to do all the time.
You could definitely, I think, pose an argument there, and it'd be believable. And then you do have to look at, you know, the matchup spread, I think. But Anji damage, when you get the right hit and the right confirm, it is through the roof high. And it is not the thing that's lacking with this character in any means. And the character's received a lot of love since day one, right? This was a bottom 1 character at a certain point. And now it's like bottom 3.
I mean, every climb to the top starts with 1 step. So yeah, bottom 1 to bottom 3. He's making his way. And he beat the tech, right? The RC backwards overhead. How'd you beat it? You press buttons. But don't press too many buttons because this might happen.
Yeah, tried to get fancy with it. Got hit by the guard point stance, and that overdrive is so good. It's so incredibly strong here from Leo. And now that you've got this corner control, you can see how safe MFCR is trying to play it. Trying to take advantage of that guard point a little too much, though.
Yeah, very well. He's susceptible to lows. He knew the burst was in the bound, and he catches that. But yeah, going back to the guard point, that is susceptible to lows. Easy way to beat it. And it's counter hit. And Anji's got fairly decent lows. He's 2D goes far, not as in distance as he travels far, but for like a stand in a spot 2D, it's fairly good. It reminds me of old Soul.
Okay.
AKA old Soul. His 2D was break the law in a normal. Like, he was not on the screen. He was 2D and everything would wish on him. It was pretty funny.
So, game 1 in the books. MFCR currently in the lead. But we've seen Macmens have some great adjustments in the past, and they've definitely played against a Leo or two. So they do have some experience in the matchup. It's just sometimes it is a bulldozer trying to get through.
Yeah, and I think MF is really good with, you know, keeping him on his toes. He's always moving. He's not really giving Anji enough time to go, you're here, I'm going to put a fan right in your face. So even though, you know, Leo's a big boy, hasn't got a run or anything like that, he can, you know, be quite twinkle toes.
No way.
Okay, fair play. GG's.
Yeah, and it's tough because Anji's defensive options from like a meaty situation aren't fantastic. Like, yeah, you have the frame 1 reversal overdrive, but that takes 50 tension. You don't have a DP. You don't have a particularly fast jab at any point, and you just have to guess right. And unfortunately for Macmens, they've been wrong a few times now.
Yeah, I mean, Leo is the kind of character, like we were saying, he does have that factor where it doesn't matter about your name. Everyone's a victim when he goes in back turn.
Yeah.
And sometimes he does make you feel like a dummy. He's like, damn, how did I guess wrong every time? And most of the time, it's not you guessing wrong. It's that you wasn't fast enough with your guess.
That's fair. Because he's got some really fast stuff. And, you know, we already touched on the run through and the throw scenario. And it's true. If you're a frame late, you're now in 37 frames recovery, and Leo will take you for half your life. If you're successful, though, and you get that frame perfect one, then now you're on the offense. You got that knockdown. You can do what you need to do. So we'll see some more Leo today, definitely. But for right now, we are going to have PorkLazer versus Marvelo, the duel of Samurai versus Ninja, Baiken versus Chipp. This is going to be a good one.
Yep. I love how they let in the intro rock as well. This is a battle for the ages. Longer than before. This is a BC battle or a debate. Samurai or a ninja.
That's true. I was always a samurai guy.
Ditto. Always Samurai. Always Samurai. Even when I had to cheer on for Nago versus Chipp. I didn't let people know that in the chat, but I was definitely like, yeah, I want a Samurai to win all day.
It's a good archetype, but as we say that, Marvelo's first one in the driver's seat, already popping that Uzumaki Barrage, gonna get the positive bonus, and that Oki on round start. What's he do with it? Clone forward. Interesting. It's gotta be for the potential parry, right?
Yeah, I guess that would activate it. Well, not activate it, would just make it whiff. YRC gets blocked. Quick. I mean, that's Chipp's specialty, right?
It's Chipp's pretty good at these things. He's pretty good at just running over you. And we say he's like a death by 1,000 cuts character, but his offense can be very oppressive, and he's got so many angles that he can come at you from. And it's, you mentioned earlier, actually, we were talking about Millia. Millia is very regimented. Chipp doesn't have that same requirement.
Yeah, he is super fluid, but as his movement is, so is his health bar. That is fluid as well. That can just melt away. But right now, if you're on the offense, you don't have to worry about it. BRC on BRC, backdashes, the tether comes out. He gets a combo as well because of the BRC.
So slow there in the corner, but the Escabari got to be able to work out there for PorkLazer. They really only need one more touch as Baiken. They just got to lock this down somehow.
Oh, punish. That was a reversal. I wonder what he went for there. Maybe it was just a counter. But he got thrown, whatever it was. Kabari trying to reach out and grab someone. PRC. And the corkscrew still connects.
That's tough. I wonder what PorkLazer was doing right at that moment to still get hit by it. Because we saw the PRC from the very bottom of the screen. Maybe trying to go for like an air dash or something like that. Or even just a regular dash, I guess. But either way, it works out there for Marvelo. They're going to take game one and potentially putting their team on set point. So for those of you following at home on the bracket, this is actually to get into top 8 winners. So if Marvelo can close this last game out, they will be, like I said, top 8 winners.
Round start Gambit, getting the trade. 5k, run up 5k, both of them hit. And Marvelo doesn't win any of it. Gets the blue burst out. Oh, 2H no confirm of the Kabare.
Is able to get the sequence coming through this time, though. And no special necessary. Able to just get the air normal to close out the round.
Next round, big 6k. But Marvelo taking to the air. Nice challenge. Oh, tethered up.
So smart.
Oh my gosh.
Went for the retether too, which is, again, so incredibly smart. H Kabari that time to close it out. That's silly. The DP completely from the wrong side, beating out the Yozansen.
He's a president.
It's presidential privilege. You're right.
Exactly. Diplomatic immunity to safe jumps, apparently. Oh, trying to get the JP. I kind of respect it.
Red RC, tap dust. This is gonna hurt. Look at the damage. Guess for game. Nice tech.
Oh, the big JD. Oh my god, the shenanigans.
Parry, and you're dead. PorkLazer learned. They learned their lesson from game one. They said you're gonna come down, you're gonna try and drill through, and no, not this time. I'm putting you in the dirt where Chipp belongs.
That was so sick. I think in that moment, you know, when you get the meme where it goes black and white and it's like, in this moment, he looked up and went, I've seen you do that before. Yeah, not this time.
This looks familiar. I've seen this movie.
Yeah. I lost it literally like 10 seconds ago. I'm not watching it again. Like you said, really good at adaptation. And on a character this fast, that's very impressive.
It does still have to keep the adaptations coming though, right? Does need to get another game on the board to stay alive for the team. And right now, back against the wall, Uzumaki Barrage. It's so interesting the way Baiken's health bar works, right? Because she has great guts, and it can just wait until the end of this life bar before she starts looking kind of tanky, like we sometimes find it. That first half of the life bar just melts, though.
Yeah, it's really... It feels like they've made her health for spectators. It's more interesting. When someone's got full health, no one cares about the combos. When it's low, and you're not sure if it's going to kill, that's when it's interesting.
That's a good point. I had never thought of that before. That's why Chipp's health bar is so fluid. It's interesting the whole way through. You never know when he's going to die.
Yep. It's
Red
like,
RC?
oh, this could be interesting, or it could be uploaded on Twitter any moment. Who knows?
All right, that was a nice sequence there from PorkLazer to able to close out the round there. Got the hit, had the right RC combo. Interesting that they went red RC, IAD to Tommy Mat. I did not expect that, but it worked. So good on them.
And that's what you got to do sometimes, especially against someone so fast. You just got to be unpredictable so they can't kind of read your patterns. Gonna get another overdrive. The walls not gonna get broken. They actually weren't close enough. I am surprised.
Yeah, even just glancing over, I thought it was more than close. But YRC not gonna work out here for PorkLazer. Doesn't go through the wall either. The Alpha Blade was too slow. What is happening for Marvelo? They're dropping so much spaghetti. Oh, not enough?
Oh, yeah, no, OTG.
Again, not enough?
How did he block that?
How did you YRC that? That's tough.
Good, I guess.
Yeah. Shoutouts to PorkLazer for coming in clutch for the team, winning the reverse 2-0, which I'm going to say there, and actually forcing a game 3 here. That's awesome.
Super sick. I don't know if his partner's going to think the same thing. He's like, oh, now I've got to play Chipp. Thanks, dude. Thanks. I mean, be inspired because, yeah, that was... Chipp is like maybe just under Leo. I think Chipp is like one of the hardest characters to block under pressure because he's so fast.
Because you never know what it's going to hit you with either, right? You could have low Alpha Blade. You could have, you know, the upwards Alpha Blade. You could have Gamma Blade. You could have 6K or Fast RC. You could have 2K. You could have a high-low Rekka. Like, who knows what you're actually going to have to block?
It's insanely rough. And when you got, you know, a little bit of health like they did in that situation, to block the Alpha Blade was like, I would have given him the point right there. That's why I'm not a good TO. I would have said, you know what, you impressed me enough. You don't actually have to finish off your opponent. Just have the point because you did something really sick.
Just move on to the next game. We got places to be.
Yeah, we've peaked. It's not getting any better than that. That was too clutch. But yeah, keeping their team in it. I'm interested to see how this match is going to go though.
Yeah, so this is Macmens versus Marvelo. Macmens on this P1 side with the Anji versus Marvelo as the Chipp on P2. And this is another interesting matchup, right? Because you have Anji, highest guts in the game, full 5 guts versus Chipp, who explodes. So I'm very curious to see how this works out.
Yeah, I think if you're a betting person or, you know, you like maths, you've got to go, well, the character that can take a lot of hits from a character that doesn't do much damage but can kill you in one hit, I'm going to go with Anji. But obviously, that's not how it works on paper. At the moment, though, Macmens is definitely doing business.
Yeah, Macmens, I think, is one of the players that does really well with experience. And I think these days you're playing a lot of Chipps. Just overall, I think a lot of people are picking up the character. He's incredibly strong in a lot of the avenues in the game. And not that many people play Anji. So I think the experience level here is kind of skewed towards Macmens. And in a way that does kind of make up for that character strength in a certain way.
Yeah, I mean, it's always been like a silver lining when you pick an underused character. It's like, I should know the matchup because you're using a popular one. Do you know mine? And the backdash PRC, we've been seeing a lot of people do that. PRC's out of the corner, trying to throw the fan at the president, but he said, nah, I'm not subscribing to that.
Oh, that's so gross. That's enough, too. All right, so we got a final round here in game 1. Both players have burst as well. Never mind that. Marvelo already spending it.
All right, blocks off of the low. Oh, because the P was counting it, actually got to confirm off of it. Really good acknowledgement. PRC to keep the pressure up. Risk is building. You got to be careful, Chipp. He might sneeze on you and you'll just disintegrate.
Huh? Tight. Marvelo cannot be feeling good about that. You saw the animation just clip and it didn't matter. Macmens comes out ahead.
We take those.
Oh, definitely. Against Chipp players, oh yeah, we take everything we can get. So this is now Team Porkman in the lead for the first time here tonight.
Anji against Chipp. Like I said, mathematically, I would say it's got to be Anji, right? He can make way more mistakes than Chipp. He's got the health to do that, and he's got the damage to make it that Chipp dies with like 2 hits.
Yeah, I will say we're not even seeing that many mistakes from Macmens either. They're just getting a lot of these better trades. Like even there, like what are the chances that that works out?
Actually insane. Oh, get caught backdash, and that was airborne as well. So Marvelo had the combo ready as well. But here we go. The fans are in full effect. The run under to side swap.
Oh, caught the backdash. That's a big counter hit for Marvelo. Going to be able to get the tempo going for themselves a little bit. Moving forward.
Unleashing, and another interruption with the P. Oh my gosh. Macmens can't get the kill. YRC.
Bop, bop, bop. Gets the low alpha blade, trying to push towards the corner. Backdashes the command. Grab the read from Macmens. He's encyclopedic.
This is a completely different play from the first match they had against MF, the Leo, right?
Yeah.
This is like a totally different level of confidence, I would say. Oh my gosh, speaking of like knowledge, Marvelo with the clean punish on jump. Oh, DP, you know what that stands for? Don't press.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I like about Marvelo is that even though they've had a couple bad situations around DPs, they're not afraid to still use it. They're still willing to bust out like that, make your opponent fight for every inch. And that was a risky grab, but no punish.
RC gets the confirm. Alpha Blades. And Marvelo trying to make it 1-1 on the scores. Is he going to make it? Oh,
definitely has the opportunity, and I liked that Macmens held onto the burst there, right? We saw that red RC come out from Marvelo, a slight pause, potentially waiting for the burst to come out, and Macmens was like, I'm not going to challenge this. Your health bar's too high.
Burst to keep the corner, 2K, 2D, the classic. Waits the throw. He's going to take him up the wall.
This 5 guts, though, definitely putting in work, staying alive. We do have 50 tension here available for Macmens, but so does Marvelo. Yeah.
Caught him on the other end of the spin. I think that's like I feel that's the first time the spin actually came out.
Yeah, once or twice. I don't think it's that great against Chipp because of how fast it is, right? Like you want to be eating up these big, heavy frame reliant moves, and Chipp's not necessarily throwing those at you to start a sequence. So I think it makes sense for Macmens to be kind of sitting on the back foot, trying to play a little bit defensively. And it was working out. Marvelo got the adjustments that they needed, and we find ourselves in the final game here between these two teams.
Love to see it. Oh, the cross up. Wasn't ready for the third. There we go. The graceful gorilla Anji with the spin. Couldn't actually get a hit afterwards. Oh, nice interruption on the code, though.
One button gaming, just JK, 5K, all of it working out together so far. Tempo burst, gets the counter hit. Immediate confirm, too.
No messing about. Anji's got 50 tension, though. The counter's on deck. Or a big confirm if they get hit. P into P.
PRC. Yeah, I guess that forward throw sets up the butterfly. Taking him to the corner. Butt hop for the first time ever, too.
Classic. Classic. You know, when the Chips got meter behind them, the overheads in any form is going to come out. Why not?
Yeah, we got Dusts. We got 6K. We got Rekkas. Speaking of overheads into RCs, look at that damage. That feels bad. I don't care who you are.
Don't lie. The match don't lie. This character, mathematically, look, he made 2 hits.
It's a 2-touch game.
He's in there. And the wrist, not the wrist, sorry, the burst isn't even back for Marvelo. But you don't need to burst if you're on the offense.
And speaking of defense, Macmens definitely had to burst. Great backdash for the counter hit. This has to go through the wall, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
But this is final game, final round between these two players. Macmens is gonna have to pull out a 2-touch game here. Has to be so strong on defense. Gets the back throw. This is the beginning. What do you do here? Goes low. YRC gonna work out. Catches the backdash.
Ooh. Yeah, too many layers. There was too many options. I think, again, what we were saying about Leo, it's not about guessing wrong. It's not guessing quick enough. I think that's what happened.
Yeah, it really was a scenario where it's... I lost track of them, right? If you got Alpha Blade left, right, Alpha Blade down low, Alpha Blade, Gamma Blade, like, how do you keep track of it visually is the tough part. And if you don't have that meterless, easy enough reversal, whether
any of these counter pokes that Itachi's Legacy is throwing out, wow, the patience to wait for the kite, but still comes down with a button, does Itachi's Legacy. Are we going to stay same side? Yes, we are. We're going to go for the throw on the reset. A second throw? That was going to be 3.
Yes. You always go for 3.